Hello, everybody. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to the Altenew YouTube and Facebook live channels. And I am Amy of Amy's Inspiration Station, and I am here to talk about Mini Delight and our subscription services. So I would love to know, do you subscribe? So Altenew has quite a lot of different subscriptions that can come out every month. And I'd love to know, do you have a favorite? There's even like an ultimate subscription bundle. So that's where you get all of them. So I'm going to be talking specifically about the Mini Delight. And I'd love to know if you have the subscription and what do you love about it? Which one are you subscribed to? And what do you enjoy about that? So I see Joyce here from Hawaii. Hello, Joyce. I hope you are doing well. And I see Nancy. I hope you are doing well, Nancy. And hello, Sharon. Hello. And again, if you share this live, while we're live, you will be entered to win a gift card from Altenew. So let me know, do you have a piece of the Altenew subscription? What do you subscribe to? What is it that you love about it? And I have Angel behind the badge. Hello, Angel. I'm so excited that you are here today. And hello, Cece. I hope that you are having a wonderful evening over there in Sweden in summer. I know it's definitely been hot. I got to tell you that much. Hello. And hello, Jane from Pennsylvania. I hope you are. I'm so glad that you're here. Oh my gosh. And Ash, Mini Delight, Creative Cuts, and Build a Flower. All right, so Ash, we're using the Mini Delight from September. So you've already had it because if you're a subscriber, you were able to get access to that in August. And that's kind of the cool thing. And I see Sharon is here and Kathy. Oh my gosh, I know, Ash. I'm excited about that too. That's coming up. So that's awesome, that lantana. Oh my gosh. And Sharon, thank you for sharing this on Facebook. And you too can be like Sharon and be entered to win a gift card from Altenew. Just share this live while we're live and let us know. So, oh my gosh. So hello from California, Daisy Tales. And we're going to be talking about today a little bit. So if you have any of the Altenew subscriptions, let me know. So we're talking about Mini Delight. It's probably my favorite. I look forward to these coming out. I really love like little smaller stamp sets because I feel like they really push my creativity. And this one is just perfect for fall. It's called Garden Friend. And look at that little adorable squirrel. He is so cute. And what's neat about the Mini Delights with Altenew is that you get coordinating dies, but they are not like identical. So it's not that you get a die that cuts the squirrel out because you can cut them. It's okay. You can cut them out. You can cut them out. But you do get dies that are complementary. And I love that because this really starts to stretch it. And so the dies that come with this are actually fall leaves and acorns, and they come as a whole big thing. So you can cut those out in multiple different colors. You can layer them on top of each other. Just a lot of really fun things that you can do. So this is great. Oh, hello, Joyce. You have subscriptions to Craft Your Life. That's the best. I love Craft Your Life, Build a Garden, and Mini Delights. And Vicky, oh my gosh, this squirrel is just adorable. And if you do not have a subscription to like the Mini Delight, you can still purchase it, but it's just that means that it's going to take a little while for it to show up in the shop. So if you have the subscription, you get a little bit earlier. And there's a discount. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and head down to my workstation. And I am kind of thinking about like fall vibes. And I also wanted to do something that was like a little bit cleaner, because sometimes I feel like I do fall cards and then I literally want to put like everything on top of them. And so we're going to talk about how do I keep these cards to be a little bit on the simpler side. What are some of the design elements that we can do with that? So again, we're talking subscriptions with Mini Delight, and we're talking here specifically with the Garden Friend. And this one came out in September. He's so cute. All right, so we're going to start with him. Now, I'm going for 3 projects today. I know I always do, but I'm going to start with a card base. And then I have a cute tag that I'm trying to get to, but we're going to push those off to the side. And I have some Altenew masking paper here. Oh my gosh, Vicky, the kits are just fabulous. And Vicky's talking about the Craft Your Life kits. And the Craft Your Life kits are fabulous because you get a stamp set, you get a die set, you get a stencil, and you get an embossing folder, and it's all inside of that kit. And that is really neat because you can do so much with those. So let me know if you are a subscriber to any one of our things. I'd love to know. Let us know your favorite kit, like what it is that you happen to love. All right. So I'm going to start here with some masking paper. And I'm just going to cut out a simple shape, and I have way too much ink next to me, so I have to move this over to the side. But I'm going to put this all over on the side. And I am just going to trace this with my pencil, and I am just going to cut out this little oval shape. Okay. You know what? Let me do it on. Ooh, perfect. I did do this right. Excellent. Okay. So all I did was I took a piece of, this is Altenew's masking paper, and I am just taking my my oval ink pad. You could do a circle, whatever it is that you have, and I'm just tracing this all the way around. And I know it's got bumps. I'm going to get rid of those bumps in just a second. Oh my gosh, Penny, he is so cute. And I've been like envious of a lot of people who have been sharing him on social media. And if you have a card that you make with Altenew products, we love to see what you make. So take a moment, share that out, tag Altenew with hashtag Altenew, and we love to see what you do. And of course, we have our Facebook group, the Altenew fan group, and we love it. Such a wonderful, supportive group. And so it's so great to put in that group the projects that you make. And that way you get to be inspired and to see what's out there. All right. Oh my gosh, Penny. So Penny's talking about the ultimate subscription. Penny, are you loving that? That is awesome. And especially if you're somebody who's building up, or you know what, you just kind of want stuff that's going to coordinate. Sometimes I don't have time for things and I just need stuff to work. And that's where something like the ultimate subscription is fabulous, because you have these goodies that show up, they're going to be there. You're getting them already at a discounted price, and they're there for you. And there is even a little extra bonus that Altenew is throwing in if you happen to get the ultimate subscription. And that is, they are doing some live classes. Penny, I don't know if you've seen the live classes or been able to attend one yet, but Tasneem, I know, has a live class just for ultimate subscription subscribers. All right, so this is my close-ish, as much as I can do by cutting, oval. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to mask off the center of my card. And for my first kind of clean and simple card, my focus is on balance. And so I have three kind of things I'm talking about today. I'm talking about balance, texture, and then small, right? Don't overwhelm. Kind of make sure, how can we put this all together? All right. So I'm just using my craft mat here. And I love this craft mat. This is the Altenew craft mat. My Altenew is hidden over here on the corner. You can kind of see it a little bit. And I'm using this because I love it, because it has in the middle of it this really, really easy way to balance everything. All right, so here's my little oval. And I'm just kind of looking at this. And I'm just going to take my oval. I'm going to put this right smack in the middle. All right, he looks about balanced. Okay. All right, now I'm going to grab some buttercream ink, and I'm also going to grab the sketched line stencils. And I'm really looking for any stencil that is pretty geometric, because I want it to balance out for a little bit. So, oh my gosh, yes, Lisa, if for the ultimate subscription, there's some live classes that are only for those members. And that is kind of a little perk that we just started doing. So super, super great. Penny, take a look at your email. You can always email customer service and ask them about it, and just say, hey, I'm in the ultimate subscription. Amy talked about this class. Where is it? And how do I access it? And they will definitely be able to help you. Angel is one of the angels of Altenew customer service. And so she is super duper fabulous. So. Oh, hello, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, if you join us while we're live, you will be entered to win a gift card to Altenew. And we have Angel behind the badge. I'm so excited for her to be here today. And we are talking mini delights and fall, right? Because it's kind of feeling it. You know what I mean? It's kind of feeling it. So that's the neat thing about it. I know for me, it's fall. I know Cece, who is here, she's probably had a little bit more fall than I have, but I am definitely starting to feel fall. Although today it was a little hot, I must say. It was getting into the mid 80s, which is a little too hot for me. A little too much. All right. So I have a nice balance right now where I have these lines. I'm actually going to go in and I'm just going to start to add some buttercream. And this is going to soften what I have done with this. And then when I peel this off, I'm going to have this little bit of a halo, little effect that's going on. All right. And this is just going to be my background. I want this to be pretty abstract because I'm going to be adding in some really strong details, like very, very, detailed images with the leaves and also with the squirrel. So I'm just trying to balance it with some other stuff. All right. And thank you so much, Joanne, for sharing this. And Susan, you're in Build a Flower. Oh, those are great. Build a Flower is great, especially if you love texture. That is a great subscription, especially to get that, because those are a little expensive to get those at a discount. And that's the nice thing about the subscription. Oh my gosh. And thank you so much, Angel, for the reminder. So if you share this live while we're live, you will be entered to win a gift card to Altenew. And Angel will be announcing that winner at the end of our show. All right. So again, I just started off by grabbing some masking paper, some Altenew masking paper, and I just traced an oval using my embossing ink pen. And I just cut it out, and now I have a little guy here. All right, so I'm just going to pop him off. And there is my little halo. All right, so I'm going to come along, and I want to stamp my, my squirrel. Now, the squirrel on this one is a layering squirrel. And whenever you get a new stamp set, it's a great idea to condition that using the Altenew conditioning erasers. All right, so he's my little squirrel. Oh, all right. And again, really, really super simple. That is just an oval that I cut out, and that's it. Oh, how do you share live? So Marcy, just let people know that that you're watching us. You can put it out on your social media. You can text friends. You can add it to, your Facebook feed, Instagram feed, anything at all. And just let us know and say, hey, I shared this out, and you will be entered to win. All right. So again, with the Garden Friend, you have this layering stamp set, which is this adorable squirrel. And it shows you what it should look like. And there's also some ideas for what to do. And it gives you some ideas for the colors. And I'm going to keep these colors. And so this is actually the coffee break set. And so we have Sand Dunes, Rocky Shore, Mocha, and Espresso. And so this guy is 4 layers. So we have a base. We have a little bit more of a detail, and then even more detail, and then finally a ton of detail. And then it also comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It comes with 5 little sentiments. So we have grateful for you, hugs, love you, smile, and sending. So you can add and build those for you. All right, so I'm going to start here with this guy. All right. Now, what's also great about this, so you can see, I'm just going to add him over to this little side, and he's just going to sit in my little card, and I'm actually going to add some leaves to him to give him a little base and a little nest, and we'll do that in just a second. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp him now. I'm going to grab, I'm actually going to do this a little freeform. So for those of you that are freaking out, it's okay. But it's always good to practice, when you have and you're using stamp blocks. I'm going to use a stamp block with him, and we'll be pretty close. All right. So when I have new stamps, I like to use the Altenew conditioning erasers. And these are the older ones, but they come a little bit, pretty new and pretty. But these things are fabulous, and they will always, always, always give you a good image. All right. Oh, thank you so much for sharing this with your daughter. And we have happy birthday to Mercy. Hello. Oh, and email or subscribe to Build a Garden and Craft Your Life. Oh, those are great. I love the Build a Garden sets as well. Craft Your Life, fabulous. Stencil art is awesome. But yes, the Mini Delight is a great one. I'd love to know if you are subscribed to Mini Delight. These are definitely my favorite sets. We think of them, as mini but mighty. All right, so I'm going to start off with this in Sand Dunes. So this is really, really light. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put him down. Now, I'm going to grab some leaves. And so these leaves, I'm going to be actually grabbing some paper. I'm actually going to be stamping these. So I'll show you how I do that in a second. But I just want to put him right about here. So I want to make a little bit of a one-layer card with this. Hello, Cynthia. How are you doing? Oh, Marcy, thank you so much for sharing this video. And you too can be like Marcy and enter to win a gift card to Altenew. And we are talking just kind of like simple cards that you can do. That's one thing about the Mini Delight is you can do so many things with it, and it does so much. All right, so this is here. Okay, I love to like make sure it's making contact, especially when you have a nice solid image like this. All right. And then you can see with that, it's just a stamp block, but because of that stamp conditioning eraser, you get a perfect image every time. It's really awesome. All right, so I'm going to put him back. And then I'm going to grab the next one. And I just realized I don't have my glasses on. I lost them. So we're going a little bit rogue. And that means, you know, when you lose your glasses and you're like, oh, what the heck am I going to do now? And if you happen to like misstep anything, well, that's what we call artistic license. So it's just artistic license that way. I agree. All right. Can you guys double check? Can you see me? I just had a little technical glitch. Are we okay? All right. Just let me know if you can see me and you can hear me. I had a little technical glitch. All right. And just let me know if you guys can see me and hear me because I had a tiny technical glitch on that one. Oh, great. All right. All right. How is that going? Is that going okay? Oh, thank you, Cece. Oh my gosh. I was like, freaked out for a minute. Thank you, Cece. Thank you, Marcy. I appreciate that. Oh, thank goodness. Daisy Tales, I got to tell you, every time I come online, oh my gosh. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, guys. Woof. I come on live and I'm like, what the heck is going to mess up today? You know, but that's the fun. That's why we love lives, right? That's the fun of them. All right. I'm also doing this sans glasses, so I apologize in advance, but I'm going to do this right. So relatively easy-ish to line up. I'm going to use the eye. I'm going to use the base of the foot, and I'm going to use these little tiny feeties. And that's how I'm going to line this up. And you want to go right over the top. And again, it's relatively forgiving. And you can always kind of, you know, add in a little bit of a colored pencil or whatever it happens to be in order to get this right where you want it. Okay. Woo. Did everybody do a collective gasp on that one? Woo. All right. Thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh. And Angel, how are we doing today? I hope you got some good crafty time, or you got some crafty time coming up this weekend, maybe, as we go along. And again, if you share this live while we're live, you will be entered to win a gift card to Altenew. All right, so I hope this came out right. This is actually kind of fun because it's a little bit of mystery if whether or not this is going to hit right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's close. All right, so I got him. He's pretty close, and that was Rocky Shore. I hope the heck I used. So we're going to keep building up that layers, and I'm also going to show you a couple of things that you can do to enhance him as you go along. He actually looks pretty good. All right, so now we're going to add in a little bit even more detail. All right, so now we're going to do A3, and these are labeled. I'm going to see if I can show that to you. These are labeled A1, A2, A3. And then A4, and then there's A5, and that's his little eye. So we're gonna be putting his little eye in because right now he looks kind of like a zombie squirrel. But we're gonna take care of that in a moment. All right. So again, new stamp set. Make sure that you use your stamp conditioning eraser. And again, if you share this live while we're live, you'll be entered to win a gift card. And I'm feeling a little fall. I don't know if anybody's gotten their pumpkin spice lattes yet. I'm not a coffee person, so I have not. But definitely I'm thinking about the pumpkin picking. pumpkin patches and all kinds of stuff. I do love that stuff. All right. So here I'm going to focus on this part of his little tail. And this is going to go right over his eye. So that's going to go right over his eye. And this is his little bum that's kind of at the bottom here. And I can see his little feeties. All right. And that, I'm just going to make sure I get it right in there. Collective breath. Hold your breath. And then down. All right. Tracy, hello. Sue, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, Sue, I was thinking about you today because it was so hot. Tracy, it was like Florida weather here today. Oh my gosh, it's dying. All right, so we are talking about the Mini Delight. Cold cream the other day. Oh my gosh, Cynthia. And thank you so much for sharing this, Tracy. And Wendy Jean, you love your peppermint mocha. I'm allergic to pumpkin. That actually sounds good, Wendy, is peppermint mocha. I think I could do that. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just going to pause for a second. Oh, adorable. He's so cute. So cute. All right. Now we have one more layer of this little guy. I can't stand it. This is also, if I had been using the stamp wheel, I could do like a ton of these little guys and then I can just knock them out, cut them out, do whatever I want. But I wanted to make a 1-layer card, so that's why I'm doing it this way. All right, so this is my last little bit. And for this section, and if you're ever like, oh my gosh, I have no idea where this goes, you can kind of use the packaging in order to line it up and be like, where is this supposed to be? So I can see, even though this looks like a little bird eye to me, that's actually the middle of his tail. And so this looks to me like it goes right about here. So that's kind of the back of his little feeties. I think it's right about there. So that's where I'm going to head to for this one. So I'm just kind of figuring out where exactly I want to go. Oh my gosh. Vicky, I do too. Layering stamps are so much fun. And in this way, when you stamp them like layer by layer, it's a little bit of a surprise because you're kind of hoping that you hit it. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, Tracy, it was 77 this morning in Florida. Great. It was hotter here up in the Northeast. Sue and I are roasting. All right, here we go. I've got his little feety. And then we're just going to plop him down. Boop. There we go. Oh, Sue, I hope that you get a little craft time today. We've been talking about who's up for and has some little craft time this weekend. So what is going on with that? All right, it's a little off on that, but you're good. All right, now, last part, he still looks like a zombie. So we gotta give him an eye. That's the key. Now I'm gonna use the stamp here in order to give him an eye, but you definitely could use a pen or something else. All right, so I'm actually going to do this in espresso. I'm not going to do it in black because I feel like when you give the animals like black eyes, they I don't know, it looks a little weird. So I try to do it this way. And I'm just going to give him a little pupil. Boop. Ah, there he goes. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. All right, so now we have our little guy. I'm going to let him dry. And I'm going to head on over. What's kind of cool about the leaves is that you can cut these out of cardstock if you want to. I love when I have like projects that are left and like left over, especially from doing like alcohol inks or doing some backgrounds of watercoloring. I will take those extra scraps and I'll just start cutting some stuff out. So that's kind of the way I like to do it. So I am going to grab this. Now what's neat is we have two little sections. There's a little acorn piece. So let me show you. So there's some acorns. And then this is one die. And I love that because I can just run this through multiple different types of cardstock. And then I can get a whole bunch. And these are all separate. But instead of having to run it through individual dies, I can do one. Oh, no, not again. Oh my goodness. All right. I fixed this last time with you guys. Thank you guys so much. I fixed this last time, so I'm going to do it again the same way. Thank you all for letting me know. Ready? And, all right. Here we go. But you can still hear me, which is so great. All right. How's that, everybody? Are we okay? How'd that go? Let me know before I move on. Are you able to see me? Still seeing the pretty blue screen, everybody? Great. All right. I think that would work. Oh, am I back? Sue, am I back? Tracy, am I back? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Yes. All right. Yes. Problem solving. All right. Thank you, everybody. All right. So I'm actually glad because it was a little bit of a magic show for what I'm about to do. And this is an oldie but a goodie trick is you can take fun foam and I'm going to run this through my my die cutting machine and I'm going to create my own stamps. And yeah, you're not going to get like the soup, it'd be a little bit of a detail layer, but I'm going to get enough that I'm going to be able to create this little one layer that I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to bring in my machine. And when you do this with fun foam, then you're just die cutting it as if the fun foam was paper. All right. Very easy to do. And I love this. And again, we're taking that mini delight and we are stretching this. So from having the, having that stamp, that layering stamp, we also have this little die set. And now I'm going to take the die set and I'm going to turn it into stamps. And that way I can make it one layer. And again, we're talking about balance. So this card is about clean and simple, and we're talking specifically about balance. All right, let's see if I can roll this through. Here we go. All right, it's coming out. You guys ready? I know, Vicki, right? Like you haven't done this in such a long time. But it's such a cool like little thing. Vicki, I hope that this like reminds you like, oh yeah, I should be doing that. Why am I not doing that? I have all that fun foam. I got to do something with it. All right, here we go. Ugh. All right, so it kind of flattens them down. But now when you pop these out, and again, this was one die, which I really like that. You now have all of these little leaves and you can do what you want to with them, which is really, really cool. So I'm just going to pop them out of my fun foam. I'm just going to take a couple of them. I don't need all of them. Like, I don't think I want this huge one. I just want this little guy. And I think I want this guy here, if I can get him. All right, there we go. All right, there we are. My fun foam is a little sticky. There we go. Now, what you do with this is you can take this and you just use some tape and you can just add this to your stamping block. And then you have stamps. Okay, there we go. All right, so I still have these guys. Oh, let me get this guy too. I'm not going to use this big, huge one. I just want these smaller ones. All right, so now I have some leaves. Oh my gosh. Oh, and I apologize, Tracy. Angel is behind the badge today. The amazing and fabulous Angel. She is there behind the badge. All right, so let me grab my tape runner, which I think the gnomes have stolen off of my desk. So we are going to do this a different way. And if too, you are plagued by gnomes, like I am, you can use either some satin masking tape or you can use a little bit of the really like ultra sticky adhesive tape. And that way you can stick it right onto where you're going. I'm going to use just a little bit of the satin masking tape. And I'm just going to take a little bit. I don't need a ton. And I'm just going to put this right behind my leaf. There we go. And I can go ahead and now I can stamp with this. Okay. All right. Oh, Mitzi. Hello, Mitzi. We got like a double show. We went from Angel to Mitzi. Hello, Mitzi. I'm so excited for you to be here. All right. So I'm going to create a little bed for my squirrel to sit on. And I'm just going to start stamping these in a couple of different colors. And so what I have is I have some really nice greens. I also have some peaches. So here's some like melted butterscotch. These are going to be really, really pretty. So a little golden honeycomb. And then I'm going to add some details and I'll show you guys how to do those details as well. All right, so let me start with this one. I think I want to do this in the melted butterscotch. And again, this is the Mini Delight from September. And if you're part of the subscription plan, you can get this early. And that's kind of the cool thing about it. And so you get to play around with this before anybody else does, which is really cool. All right, I think I want to use the other side. All right, I think I screwed that up. Let's try the other side. All right, there we go. That looks a little bit better. All right, I'm going to add another little leaf right here and just go right outside my oval. And you saw that I turned that leaf around, so now I'm getting a little bit of a different image. All right, so now I'm going to grab this one and I'm just going to add a little bit of the green. I'm going to do mossy meadow. All right. He looks a little bit like he's pooping flowers, but we'll keep going. And this is nice about this Mini Delight because you're able to have this whole entire kind of different look as you're going along. All right, let me do one more. All right, different leaf shape. So I'm shifting over. So that's already 3 leaf shapes. I have this one as well. I might not necessarily make that one. And I think I want to do that in a darker yellow. So I'm going to grab, let me try caramel toffee. All right, so this is caramel toffee. And then I'll go through and I'll show you guys what colors I chose. Oh, I should have done red. That's what I should have picked. All right, here we go. Oh, so pretty. So I'll just go back and show you what I did. All right, so I have my little guy here. This is my little squirrel that I did in the coffee break ink set. And I had given him a little bit of a background. I'm going to fill this in a little bit more with some buttercream. And I wanted to give him a little balance, which is why he's in this little frame. And then I just took some fun foam and I'm adding in these little leaves that I cut out of our die cut. So I'm stretching that over. And this is giving it, again, it's a 1-layer card, which is what I was going for. All right, so let me grab a sentiment. And I'm going to do that in obsidian. And I'm going to grab that from our stamp set. And I think I'm going to do grateful for you because that's where we are today. We are grateful. All right. Again, using that stamp conditioning eraser. And I have my ink. All right. Then I'm going to add a couple of other little guys. And I think I'm going to cut this down a little bit smaller. All right, and I'm just going to tuck this little grateful for you right along there. All right, I'm going to cut this down a little bit smaller. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Tracy, you're so right. On the magnet, I was thinking about doing a watercolor tree with him. Oh, I thought he would be really cute, like in that kind of a thing on a watercolor tree. All right, I'm going to cut this down just a little bit because I wanted to put it on a craft background. It looks really cute right now. All right. I think I want to cut him. Keep him there. I'm going to put a little bit of extra buttercream on him just to give him a little bit in here. So again, with this Mini Delight set, you have this option to continue and stretch the stuff that you have. And I love that because it's really just your imagination that is going to stop you from where you want to go. All right. So I use the sketch line stencil, and all I did was make a mask out of Altenew masking paper. All right. I'm just taking this and I'm just coming in a little bit more with that buttercream just to knock down some of that white. All right. Now I want to show you guys one more thing that I want to play around with him. You can actually take your colored pencils, your gold pens, a whole bunch of other things, and you can actually add some highlights and a little bit of details with them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's so cute. All right. So again, this is the Mini Delight for September, and this is Garden Friends. So cute. All right, so let me try another thing. So this time we're now going to start to build texture and layer. So this was kind of like my one layer. Let's just start and let's just kind of push him on here. So I'm going to move him over to the side. And now we're going to come in and now we're going to start to build some crazy texture. All right, so in order to build crazy texture at Altenew, where do we start? That would be correct, with an embossing folder. All right, so let me clean up some of my stuff. I'm going to move that over. And again, if you haven't used that in a while, grab that fun foam and make your own stamps. And those are so neat because you can really stretch those dies. And in a set like the Mini Delight, it can really do so much for you, which is cool. All right, so I'm going to run this through my machine. And this is going to give such amazing texture with this. All right, here we go. And so this time he's going to lay on this really, really nice, beautiful piece of texture. I love organic linen. It's such a versatile embossing folder. It's really, really awesome. And I feel like it's a fall one too. I feel like it gives a lot of fall to it. Ugh. That's probably true for every season, but it's just really pretty. So you just get this amazing, gorgeous texture really on both sides. And so that's going to now be our backdrop. Wouldn't this be cool if we did, if we watercolored a tree out of that? That would be really neat for that one. Ben and Jerry's will have to do. Oh my gosh. Sue, I have to say, oh my gosh, Sharon, thank you so much for joining us. By the way, we have about 20 minutes left. So if you still have not shared this live while we're live, let us know. And if you have shared it, let us know where. And we are talking Mini Delight subscriptions today. So if you have a subscription with Altenew, let us know what you have. And we would love to know about it. All right. So this time for this card, where I'm actually going to die cut out the leaves. So we're going to die cut these, and I want to die cut them out of some different colors. And I want to use, again, I'm still kind of thinking along that fall theme. So I want to die cut them out of our gradient cardstock. All right, so I'm going to grab this gorgeous orange. Oh, look how pretty that is. And I also want to grab that yellow's a little, there we go. No, I want to keep that orange. Although I got to tell you, I don't think I'm ready for the leaves to change yet. I am not there. I'm going to go that way. And I'm also going to grab a little bit of brown, and I'm going to do a little red. I can grab some red. That's what I want. Okay. All right. So again, what's nice about this is I can run this through, and I think I can use my mini blossom instead of doing this. Oh yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do. All right. So I'm going to run this. It's not going to cut out. This is a little bit bigger than, I don't know if it's perfectly. So this is going to cut everything out. And I love it when I have an opportunity to use my mini blossom, because mini blossom, it just fits great on my desk. Now I could take this and I could cut all these pieces, but I'm just going to end up with a ton of extra little leaves as I run all of these through. So, oh my gosh. Oh, thank you so much for sharing this. Oh, and thank you, Cheryl, for liking this. 5 red leaves today. Oh my gosh. Wow, Tracy. It's coming, isn't it? It's almost here. All right, I need a little bit of shim. All right, run that through one more time. Okay. All right. Oh, my shim went. All right. Mini Blossom is a fantastic friend to have on your desk. And it is definitely, I never put it away. It actually has a home like somewhere on the other side of my room, but it never gets there because I'm always using it. So I'm always kind of reaching for it and grabbing it. All right, let's see, did that do? All right, that guy, I'm going to start using my shim a little bit here. Okay, so I'm just picking out some of the leaves, and we're going to kind of play around with these a little bit just to add a little bit more texture to them. Okay. And, here it is. I have a case with all of my plates, so I'm going to grab. So Mini Delight also comes with a shim, and that's a little great thing to use. So if you notice that it's having a little bit of times, and I think my plates probably need to be replaced, to be honest, you can use your shim, and that is going to work awesome. Okay, so now let me do this out of this color, and then I'm going to use the green, and I think that will be pretty good. All right. All right, so I'm just kind of lining that up there. I'm doing this quick, so I'm not really using tape. And like I said, I'm cutting out like a ton of leaves. So I should all get them. Oh, I'm so glad, Beth Ann. I hope you have this set. And if you have the Mini Delight subscription, you actually get this a month ahead of everybody, which is so cool. And you get a chance to kind of play with it before it's even available in the shop. And you get it at a discount, which is cool to have. There we go. Whew. Now we're cooking with gas. All right. I'm going to grab my little picker, and we'll just pop these guys out. Again, these are super great to be saved. If you have like a system that works for you for saving die cuts, let us know. Like, what is it that you end up using, and how is it that you that you save little scraps like this? I have little folders. Altenew has some really great little folders that you can use in pouches that you can put your projects, or if you're like, within a project, or you're kind of still working on a project, you can put those together and just kind of keep everything together. All right. And I have to say, when you have, the one thing I love about Altenew is like how everything is coordinated. And so I have these inks, right? So I can darken these. I can go grab these inks and I can darken them up these little leaves. I can add more detail. I can grab my colored pencils and add some more color to it. And that's because all the inks, everything matches. And that makes anything that makes my life easier and allows me to spend more time in my craft room crafting instead of like, fussing about stuff. That just is awesome. Oh my gosh. Summer. Oh, Cheryl. Ginkgo trees. No way. Wow. They are beautiful because they're yellow, right? In the fall, don't they turn yellow? I don't have any ginkgos up here. Not that they definitely are around, just not necessarily in my neighborhood, but I do love them. They're beautiful. Actually a very ancient tree. All right, so I'm just using my mini micro tweezers. And these things have 1,000,001 uses in the craft room. So I hope you have a pair of these, but this is definitely something to add to your wish list, are these micro tweezers. Oh, absolutely fabulous. And when your die cuts are being stubborn, this is your magic potion to get them out. All right, there we go. All right, now I want to do the brown just to give this another like little bit. And then I'm going to use these leaves in 2 projects. So there is method to the madness here, folks. All right, and this is my last one. So this is in the brown. Oh my gosh. Yes, Tracy, Japanese maples. Mine is turning. I have one in front of my house. Now, I'm not doing the acorns that are in this set just for time, but this also comes with these really adorable acorns. I'm just not die cutting them out. All right, but I am die cutting out these leaves. All right, so now my Mini Delight goes to the side, and that's what I love about it. I can just push it off to the side and it's ready to roll. All right, so for this card, now we're talking texture. So I'm actually going to stamp the squirrel a little bit faster this time because I don't need to kind of show you every single step. We're going to go a little bit quicker. And I'm going to cut him out, and then we're going to put everything together on that piece of organic linen embossed folder. And I'll show you how to kind of step up some of these things. All right, there we go. 1, 2, and you can see how these colors are just really pretty together. And I did get a light green. Maybe I should have got darker green, but I can just add ink to it. So that is what we're going to do. Okay, so that's my other guy. So now I have all these leaves that I want to kind of I want to do something with them, right? So there's a couple of things that I can do. And one of them is I can actually add some gold details, and I can use my gel pens in order to do that. You also, if you want to, we can do a little bit of some embossing powder. So I have some antique gold embossing powder, and this is a fabulous way to add some shimmer and shine. It doesn't need to go in a specific place. So I can just, put it on wherever it is that I want, and I can add that in just to add a little shine. Now I'm going to darken these green leaves just a little bit, and I think I'm just going to grab my palette that I had from last time, and I just want to add a little bit of ink to these just to darken them up slightly, because one thing I don't like is very flat die cuts. I gotta add something to them. So there, in the inks that I pulled, there is this gorgeous one called Green Opal, and there's even a little bit of some brown. So I'm going to start off, I think Green Opal is a little much, so I'm going to start off with Mossy Meadow. I knew it was here somewhere. All right, so this one is Mossy Meadow, and I'm just going to add a touch of some inks. So I'm just coming in from the edges, but just by adding just a touch of some color, it's already giving this die cut just a little bit of extra texture and oomph. All right, so now I'm going to come in with the Green Opal. And I'm not going to go as far in, but this is going to just give it slightly more depth. So you can start to see, even though I use that very light green paper, I can already get the depth out of this just by adding some touches of some ink. And that's your difference. So now you have this piece together, right? And I'm going to do that for these as well. So Mossy Meadow, which is here, I think. Thank God they put it on the bottom. All right, so just add a little bit of this in. Now you can add a little bit of brown. If you wanted to, you can even add a little red. And because this is green, we'll probably get a little bit of a brownish shade to it. All right, and again, these are going to kind of go in the background, so I just want them to look a little bit different. So we're just going to add just slightly a much. All right, so this is just a Green Opal, just because this is a tiny little space. And I'm just going to add these in. I'm just kind of stippling this on, and that will also give it a little bit of texture just by stippling that on there. Okay. All right, so that's my guy. Now you can even take things like the brown one. So this is the Green Opal. And I can add a little bit of green to this because leaves in the fall, they change at different rates. They're different colors at different times. And this is even going to do the same thing. And that Green Opal is just gorgeous with this because it is so dark. All right, just adding that in. That even changes this brown to make it look like a brown green. So just to show you guys. So you can kind of see how that is. So pretty. So pretty. All right, so I'm going to put these aside. And now we're going to start to really, really quickly stamp our little squirrel again. So if you missed the squirrel the first time, you get an opportunity to see the squirrel in action. And me doing this freehand. Just because I have a crazy tiny space. So we're going to do my squirrel freehand again. All right, so I'm going to go a little bit faster. Again, I'm going to use coffee break ink. So let me move these over to the side. And if you wanted to, I could do him in green. I was kind of thinking about doing him in the, he might be kind of cool in green. I think I want to do them in green. I'm going to use the Nature's Wonders. Yeah, let's use Nature. We're gonna change him up because we need a different squirrel. No offense, squirrel, but we need something a little different. All right, so I'm going to actually use the Nature's Wonders, and he's going to look a little bit different. All right, so let me grab my thing here. All right, what do I got? Okay, just enough time, I think. All right, what do we think, Misty? We're going for it. Yep. I I think so. This is going to be cool. All right. So remember, I used him with the coffee break, and he looks so cute in the coffee break right over there. This time I'm going to use Nature's Wonders, and I just want to use, here it is. I'm just going to go in with my conditioning eraser. And again, this is a beautiful, like such a solid stamp. So you really want to make sure that you condition this well. Okay. All right. And again, we're talking Mini Delight. And we talked before, you guys did an awesome job, you know, kind of sharing the subscription plans that you absolutely love at Altenew. And somebody had mentioned that they actually subscribe to the Ultimate Bundle, which is awesome. And that comes with some free, I think Tasneem is doing a live class or a class with that. So it is an awesome opportunity to get, you know, to get a class. All right. And again, when you do anything subscription, it comes at a little bit, you get really two big perks, in my opinion. You get an opportunity to get the product at a discount, and you also get it earlier. You also can skip if you don't want that item. They give you a little preview to say, hey, this is what's coming on. And you're like, maybe I don't need another peony. You can skip it if you want to. But I think it's a pretty cool thing. All right. So again, we're stamping the squirrel, and I am doing this using Nature's Wonders. All right. I think it's actually going to come out pretty cool here. Okay. So that was Misty Moore. Then I go over to, oh, I didn't have these labeled. It's not good. It is Misty Moore. And I think it might be Misty Sage. Usually, so just to let you guys know, I label my inks with the number. So I know it's like number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here it is. I just didn't get to this one. All right. Then it goes to Marshland. Good thing I checked. Right now, where's Marshland? There it is. Hiding. All right. So let's move you and move you. All right. So I'm going to head over to Marshland. Okay. Oh, thank you so much for sharing this live on Facebook. And we're just coming in under 10 minutes. So I'm going to finish this guy, and I'm going to do some quick stamping. And again, I want to say, I know he looks really complicated, but just a little bit of a quick eye, confidence, and hey, if you make a mistake, it ends up being artistic license. So there we go. Oh my gosh. All right. And again, I always put down, I want to make sure that that's making contact, and I got it everywhere because I really have one shot. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. All right. There he goes. Now, I'm going to go for that third little squirrel, and we're going to start to give him some more detail. All right. And this is Sea Forest in Nature's Wonders. All right. And here we go. All right. I think I was a little high on that one, but that's all right. All right. And it would actually be kind of cool. I don't know if anybody has seen a black squirrel or a red squirrel versus like the regular Eastern gray squirrels, but they are so cool. How do I label my group, Cheryl? I will share with you because you can see some of them are labeled here. So Altenew has a group. So they like, this is Nature's Wonders. So this is the group. And then what I do on these is I actually put in what the name of the group is. And then I add a number 1 because I know that this is first in the series. And then this is Summer Afternoon. So it's the same group, but this is third in the series. And so I know that that is in there. And that's how I do it. Altenew will sell these, which are awesome. And I highly recommend them because when you have a stack of inks like this, you don't know where the heck they are. So by having that little side, that really is amazing that they have done that. So that's something that's definitely saved me time. And again, I'm all about saving time because then I can craft more and do what it is that I want to do. All right, so now this one is mangrove root. You guys saw me picking up Sea Forest. All right, how are we doing? We got 4 minutes. I hope I love it that you guys are talking about the subscriptions and the what you have and how you happen to use them because they are really neat and I do like them. But Mini Delight, far and away, is my absolute favorite subscription. Okay, I think he's right about here. There we go. This one might be a little off, but we got him. We're close. All right, and then he needs an eye because, again, he looks like a zombie squirrel. So we're going to give him an eye. And I am going to do this in the mangrove root, which is the darkest one of Nature's Wonders, just because I feel like when you do it in black, they look a little crazy. All right, so now he's got a nice little eye. Okay. So I'm going to very, very quickly, I usually like wait a little bit and I try to let these dry, but we're in the interest of time. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to cut him out using my Altenew little fine scissors and just really, really quickly. I happen to be a person who likes to have the little bit of like a little bit of a white line around my die cuts. So if you see me going fast and you're like, oh, she's just going fast because of the live. No, I actually like the little white. I like the little bit of white on it. So I usually don't go right to the edge. I kind of pretend I am the die. So I just go right around. And this shape is honestly relatively easy to cut out, which is why I like the fact that Altenew gives you dies that are complementary. So they're not exactly identical. So there isn't one that cuts out the squirrel per se, but what it does do is it gives you complementary. And this way you have all of those leaves so you can do some really cool things. All right. I'm going to really, really fast show you guys to kind of step them up with. Okay. So you can take like your gold pen and give him a little bit more of some highlights. And I'm just going around the darker edges or darker areas and just giving him, just kind of tracing those just to give it a little show. It's very, very subtle. You also on your leaves can come in and we can do a little bit of gold leaves. So I'm going to kind of follow along with those little edges. And you can do that. So that's where you can use the gold pen or really, really fast. We're going to use a little bit of this, which is our gold embossing powder. Now I'm not going to put the, the stamping, the powder on it. I kind of want this to go all over the place. You also could use watercolor if you wanted to do that and put it on with a splatter, like gold splatter. That would be beautiful. So I'm just going to add a couple of leaves here and I need one red one. All right. And I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to start to push this onto it. Okay. And again, I want this to go kind of everywhere. All right. And this is going to go right in. So we're going to melt this in. And I know you're like, Amy, you didn't put anything in to stick it. That's okay. It's going to be okay. You can use water. You can use a little bit of embossing ink if you want to put that down with a brush. But I'm just going to go in with it right here. All right. So this is where you're going to grab your fine tweezers from Altenew. And I'm just going to pick one of these guys up that I went pretty heavy-handed on. There. And we're just going to emboss this. All right. Oh my gosh. Great squirrels. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. So again, this is just going to highlight, and I just want a little bit of a touch of gold on these. And then once that melts, I'm just going to move this right over to the side and then pick up the next one. So let me grab the next one. And you notice I'm being like pretty quick with my little embossing gun. That gold is just going to go in. And so that's all I'm looking for. And I'll show you this in just a second, where I just get a little bit of that shimmer. And I know I'm very close on time, but that's all I'm looking for. So just a little bit of shimmer that's right there. All right. Okay. Now, once we get all of our stuff together, so here is my organic linen piece. And I also have a little bit of a craft, because you got to have a fall card with some craft cardstock. And I also have a tag, and I'll show you what I was going to do with my tag right here. All right. So here, I'm just going to start to layer these leaves up. And if I had added some Altenew double-sided paper to this, that would have been a good idea. I always do that last. I forget about it, and I like never ever remember to do that. All right, so let's add a little bit of red right here. Actually, let me add a couple of red leaves. All right, so I'm just going to add a bunch of little guys here, and then I'm going to add my little squirrel, and he's just going to attach right to here. And this, again, is all about that texture. I don't want to put in 8,000 leaves. I don't want it all over the place, because there's so much texture on here. I also want to be able to see it, so you can see the balance where I'm keeping everything over on the side. Now, if you're looking at that like, he looks like he's kind of floating a little bit, Amy, you can actually take a piece of the gold cardstock, and I'm just going to cut a little bit of a strip off of here. And I'm going to do another one as well. And I can just put this strip on, and you can see that all of a sudden, he now has his little tree branch. And so just by adding that little strip, it just anchors him so he doesn't look like he's completely floating in space. And if you want that strip to go all the way across, you can do that. Or if you wanted to just go right where he is, that's going to look cute too. But that gives him something to kind of be on. And for my tag, I was just going to put a little strip down. And now we're just going to add in our leaves and just start to layer those up the same way with that nice, beautiful gold accents. And that is our projects today. So I hope this inspired you to take a look at those mini delights, to take a look at the subscription program. And thank you to Angel, and thank you to Misty. Just thank you guys so much for being, and thank you all for being here. This is a really cute set. Again, it comes with the dies. So this leaf die is just one, but you're able to cut out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves out of this. And it also comes with the stamp set with this adorable little guy. And don't forget, it actually has acorns, which I didn't even bother using today. So yes. And Sue, you can see how cute this is. Imagine this with mistletoe, like for Christmas. I know I did it in fall colors, but you could do that all in red and in different shades of red to make it look like holly, or different shades of green for that too. So I think it's really cute. And you can add a little sentiment on here too as well. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here today. And I hope that you are inspired, and we will see you later. So thank you, everybody. Have a fabulous day.